Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Dennis the Buddymeister.
And today we're going to talk about Dangal. Dangal. Dangal is an Indian Hindi language biographical sports drama directed by Nitesh Tiwari.
And it stars Aamir Khan as real-life wrestler Mahavir Singh Phogat.
So after our review for Bahubali 2 The Conclusion, there were many people who recommended this movie in the comments below, and it was actually the highest grossing Indian movie of all time, until Bahubali 2.
It tells a true story of Geeta Phogat, the daughter of Mahavir Singh Phogat, who became the first female wrestler from India to win the gold medal at the Commonwealth Games.
The beginning of the movie is super sweet. We are being introduced to Mahavir, who watches a wrestling match on TV in a little bar, and a giant tree of a man is approaching him. It only takes like 1 minute, and they are both fighting an epic wrestling match right there on the spot. In those first minutes, everything is set for the rest of the movie. We get to know what is Mahavir's dream. He wants to bring gold to India. He wants to make his country proud. But he's just an amateur wrestler, and he had to take a real job in order to make money for his family. And so now his dream is to raise a son and make that son the biggest wrestler India has ever seen. And so the next minutes of the movie is how he tries to get a son, and it's done in a comedic way. But of course, they don't get a son. They get one daughter, and then another one, and then another one, and a fourth one, and no son at all.
Can you be any more determined than Mahavir? No, you can't. This man does everything to fulfill his dream. And one day, when he sees that his $2 had badly beaten up 2 boys from school, he realizes that they have wrestling in their blood too, and they need training.
So what does he do? He trains them. Geeta and Babita have no choice. After little resistance from their mother, it's training from now on. Every day, all day long, beginning at 5 in the morning until late at night. They are coming from a little village in India, and as the movie takes place in the mid-90s, it's a very, very male-dominated society, especially in the sport of wrestling. So, of course, there are obstacles, many obstacles, and that's the movie. That's basically the main theme of the movie, and this theme is laid out perfectly in the first 2 songs of the movie. The very first one is playing while the opening credits roll, and it's accompanied by images of muscular, naked men wrestling, rubbing each other with oil, sweating. It's spectacular. And the second song is of the 2 girls who are lamenting their new fate with their very, very strict father. And the lyrics are pretty funny actually, because they are singing it's torture and he's even meaner than the meanest Bollywood villains.
There are great training sequences, great songs with funny and on-the-point lyrics, spectacular mud wrestling sequences, and the relationship between Mahavir and his daughters Geeta and Babita is fleshed out perfectly. This sets the tone for the first part of the movie, because Dangal is pretty much dividable into 2 parts. The first part, where Geeta and Babita are children, and the second part, where they are grown-ups. So in the second part, Geeta leaves for the National Sports Academy, and thus leaves her father and his training behind.
And that's a little bit of a problem, because as much as I like the movie overall, the second half is not as good as the first one. Both girls are recast by older actors, and they are doing a great job, but overall, the second half lacks the energy of the first one. It drags on a little bit too much, and there's only 1 song, and apart from that, it pretty much turns into an ordinary sports drama.
The relationship between Mahavir and Geeta intensifies in the second half of the movie, and that's a pretty good thing. But there is also this conflict between Mahavir and Geeta's new coach at the National Sports Academy, and this conflict is just so annoying. The coach is a total douchebag, and it's not even based on true events, so it's pretty obvious that this whole conflict was built into the movie to gain some tension.
But the second half has also great fights, very well choreographed, and at the very end the movie gains momentum once again. So overall, Dangal is a good movie with some flaws, but a standout performance by Aamir Khan as the father. He's so strict, so stoic, but also with a great heart and a lot of passion.
But not only Aamir Khan is great, the 2 actresses that play young Geeta and Babita and the 2 actresses that play them when they're old are pretty terrific. And there's also the score by Pritam, which will get stuck in your mind for a long time.
But there's one thing we didn't really address, and that's the message of the movie or the way it handles its feminist theme. Because there are people who think Dangal is a very feminist movie, while others say it's very old-fashioned. Because after all, it's the man, it's the father, who is in full control pretty much the whole time of the movie, and at the finale, he gets all the credit. It's a movie worth discussing for sure.
In German we'd say, ein etwas zu langer Sportfilm, der seine Stärken vor allem in der ersten Hälfte hat.
So what's your score?
I give it 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I think I will go a little bit lower because I think it's way too long. I go 7 out of 10. Alright, that's it. Like always, comment below, let us know what you think about Dangal. And also what's your favorite movie with Aamir Khan. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.